putting my body through a tennis racket.
Oh, one of those things.
That's a new one you haven't seen yet. Yeah, I could put my body through a tennis racket.
Well, I've seen you put your body in the suitcase. I've seen you put your body in a little R2D2 thing.
Yeah,
I've seen you. You guys got to see her perform. It's amazing.
R2D2 thing?
Yeah, there's a little R2D2.
I worked in a Star Wars burlesque show, and I actually came out of R2D2, and it was like a big the way they set it up. It would be like first string of girls in an intermission. And then right after intermission, they have a costume contest. Mm-hmm. So they bring people up on the stage. So as they have all the people up on the stage, I sneak behind those people and I crawl inside the R2D2 unit. Mm-hmm. Then they do the whole costume contest and whatnot. Then they have, all right, we're announcing our next performers. We have the droids. And first up comes C-3PO. And she does her little robotic dance. And normally after each performer, they're like, okay, give it up for C-3PO. And next we have whatever. But that didn't happen. Her song ended and she shimmied off stage, and then mine started, and all of a sudden the front of R2D2 opens up and the whole crowd freaks the fuck out because they're just like, there was someone in there the whole entire time. They're like, how did she get in there? How did she fit in there? How long has she been in there?
Right.
Jesus.
So it's just kind of this whole mind fuck.
So you're not claustrophobic, I take it.
Not really. I'm pretty comfortable holding myself.
Yeah.
My only thing is with the suitcase, with the R2 unit was actually spacious for me. Like I could have a shelf with cocktails and shit. But with my suitcase, I have maybe 1 full minute of air once that suitcase is zipped up. Ugh. So I have to have a good communication with my handler or whoever's doing stagehand that whenever that curtain's closed and they announce my name, once they say, give it for cinch, they hurry up and zip me up and they move the fuck away. Because then my music starts and I give it a good 10, 20 seconds and people are just like, all right, what the fuck's going on? Then they see the suitcase start moving and then fingers come out and I unzip myself and then I come out of it.
Great.
But I have maybe 1 minute of air in there and then after that, it's my own breath. So I'm just like all hot and sweaty in that thing.
Have they mistimed that on occasion?
Once.
Yeah.
We had an MC who was too busy trying to order drinks at the bar and I'm sitting in the suitcase. We actually had to unzip me and then they had to get someone to go find him. And they're like, dude, we have a fucking performer literally hanging out in her suitcase waiting for you to announce her and you're sitting here just trying to get drinks at the bar. Like he wasn't taking the job. He's just like, you don't fucking realize what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other small spaces have you squeezed into?
I fit under one time me and my friend were traveling the Greyhound bus, so you get the 2 seats sitting next to each other, right? She was a contortionist too, ex-gymnast. So what we did is I had a hoodie, so we would just take turns curled up in a ball. One would sit on both the seats, and the other person would sit underneath on the ground, curled up. And we actually were able to sleep like that and take turns, so we're not just cooped up like this. We can actually extend out a little bit.
Well, you actually fit underneath a Greyhound seat?
Yeah.
That was pre-breast implants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it's just.
I mean, maybe now I could. I'm not sure.
But also,
I love testing myself when people are like, "Hey, can you fit in that?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's find out."
Let's see what we got in here.
Spot me.
Guitar case.
Yeah. You could climb in my guitar case.
Someone will try my mini fridge at home.
Oh, mini fridge. Okay. Now you were talking about also because I wanted to get to this last time you were here, but the cosplay.
Yeah.
Because I've been to a lot of Comic-Cons recently.
I love going to cons.
I know, but it's weird because the last few cons I've been to, the actual cosplayers are signing autographs now.
Oh, it's been like that for years.
Are you one of those that signs autographs too?
There's been a few times that I've had my own booth at a convention, very small conventions.
Yeah.
Where I sell prints. I worked with one small group that was doing raffles and stuff. So I had this thing. It's just like, if you want to take a photo with me, it's $1. $1 to take a picture with me. And you get a picture with me. And that enters you into a raffle. And with the raffle, you could win comic books signed by so-and-so or bobbleheads signed by so-and-so. Just come back at the booth at this time and we'll do a drawing. So they got their raffle things and their money, and then we split the money equally, and I got mine for my photos. And a lot of times the people who took a photo with me would just give me a couple extra bucks, just like, no, don't worry about it. Here, just keep it. Yeah. And then I also sell prints and stuff like that too.
Right, because I was surprised when the first couple times I saw it. I'm like, wait a second, this isn't Wonder Woman. This is somebody dressed up as Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But I guess
there's a lot of cosplayers. I mean,
celebrity cosplayers now.
There's what they call it, cos famous. And different people become cost famous for different things. There are cost famous people that I follow, like Kamui Cosplay and Yaya Han, who are actual builders. So they do like EVA foam, and they're seamstress, and they do these huge, amazing builds. And Yaya Han now actually has fabric at Joann's Fabrics. She's taken her career to a whole fucking...
Are you a celebrity cosplayer?
No, I'm not. I'm not. And then there's other cost famous cosplayers who are famous for pretty much just dressing in cosplay for TNA. Which I kind of find a little borderline hypocrite when it comes to the cosplay community, because a lot of the cosplay community, when it comes to the cosplay events that they hold, I'm not going to name any names, but they will not hire me because I used to be or am currently an exotic dancer.
Okay.
But yet they can allow cosplayers to sell nudes and lewds and first-person point of views of them being groped and grabbed topless, and that's totally okay because it's on Patreon and they're in cosplay. But yeah, I'm in a place where it's adults only, 21 and up, and there's no photo, no video.
Right.
But that's not okay because you're a stripper.
Right.
So we can't hire you and have you represent us. But we're going to have someone else who pretty much shows more to more people.
Yeah.
And that's okay. She can do that.
So what
there's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to that. But a lot of girls are just pretty much wearing like, I'm wearing like a green bikini, and a purple headband. So now I'm a Ninja Turtle. And it's like, no, you're not a fucking Ninja Turtle. Just because you're wearing the same goddamn colors, you're cosplaying.
Right.
Doesn't mean that you're cosplaying. And it's just like this. It's this whole TNA thing.
Yeah.
And I get it if that's what you're into, but that's not the direction I'm going.
Right.
I could go that, and I could have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of followers because of that. But that's not what I'm about.
Right.
And that's the reason why I don't have as many followers as others people do. I mean, I don't mind showing a little bit, but that's not my whole premise of things.
Right.
I feel I feel more sexy when I'm wearing like Maleficent or Catwoman, when I'm covered head to toe and I have this fantastic thing on, and that's when I feel more empowered.
Right.
Not when my tits are out. When my tits are out, I'm just like, ew, get that 5-year-old to tell your child to stop looking at my titties.
But I mean, it's just, just let's be honest. It's you're streaming. It's a day job. You're trying to pay the bills.
Exactly.
And it's just like me going to an office. It's nothing different.
What I really hate is the stigma attached to what I do for a living.
Right.
And they think that just because I'm a stripper, then that's what I am. It's like, no, that's what I do to pay the bills. I've gotten to a point where, like, it's easy fucking money. And like we were saying, I only work 3, maybe 4 days a week. I only work 5-hour shifts. And I can go fuck off and get a contract in Dubai and come back and still have my goddamn job. Now, you find some other job that will allow you to have that leave time and come back and not replace you and say, yeah, it's totally fine. Come back. You're totally welcome.
I think
it's a very...
I think the puritanical shit that we live with is ridiculous. But I think any form of work, even... I wouldn't consider stripping sex work necessarily. Some strippers that I know do, but I don't know how you categorize it. But
it's weird being considered a sex worker because it's just like you're just looking at. I'm a topless dancer.
Well,
so
you're not having sex.
I mean, regardless,
I'm not having sex, but I get it. People are aroused, but in the same sense, like. Should people who model underwear for Macy's be considered a sex worker because someone's looking at that, jacking off to that?
I mean, to me,
where's that line?
To me, it doesn't matter. All that I care about is that the person who's showing themselves in any way or being exposed in any way feels like they have agency.
Yeah,
like that's all that we should be concerned with.
My whole thing is, not if they're being forced to do it against their will.
Exactly,
that's my whole thing. It's like if you're a willing participant and that empowers you, and you want to take it to whatever. If you want to be fucking that nasty, dirty bitch, then fine, be that nasty. If that empowers you, then be that person. But if you want to take it all artsy and pole and whatever, like what I do, then that's how I feel and that's what empowers me. But everybody has their own style and their own thing. But again, it's just that whole stigma attached to it. And that's one thing I have a hard time when it comes to like dating and relationships and stuff is a lot of people can't get it past their fucking head that it's a job. I don't bang my customers. I don't go home with them. Yeah, I have a couple of their numbers so I can, hey, I'm working this time and this time, and they bring me weed and money.
Right.
But
it's just ridiculous to somebody
it's
who
a job,
It's just ridiculous to somebody who wouldn't book me for a comedy show because I'm an insurance agent. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That's what I do to pay the bills. And are you
really an insurance agent?
I was. I'm not anymore. I work in skincare now. It's a whole thing. But that's what we do. I mean, it took me a long time when I was a kid. Even when I started doing comedy, I thought, okay, everybody just makes a living in show business. And then when you get into it, you're like, oh, everybody's got a day job or everybody's got a side hustle.
Yeah.
Because you have to.
I think nowadays everybody has to have a side hustle. With the way our economy is, I don't know anybody who has like one job and I can totally take care of myself and my family with this one job. Everybody is an entrepreneur these days.
Right. Your day job has to do with the arts, but it's still a day job, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually quit my day job.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you. And you should, because is Atlantis doing that well that you can do that?
No, not really. It's just I had some money saved up, and I'm doing a lot more. I mean, it really is. It's not like I'm performing and then making all my money that way. I have a side hustle in the sense that I'm constantly promoting myself online and like pushing, merch and whatever. And I'm about to do some like actual just promo tours where I'm like going around and I'm not even necessarily performing. So in that sense, it is a side hustle because I'm not necessarily being creative. I'm just going around making money that way.
Well, what I'm saying, and I hope this doesn't happen. I hope it's nothing but clear selling from here on in. But if times get tough and you gotta have a day job, there's no shame in it.
Yeah, no, and I've worked a lot of day jobs. I just happen to not be in one now. But
that's great. That's great.
Who knows? In a couple months that could totally be different.
Well, on the way from work, I was listening to Atlantis. I hadn't listened to it all the way through. I just gone, a song here, a song there, and I was very impressed. I like the individual songs. And Hannah, when you hear it in its entirety. And by the way, you're doing bad at the side hustle because I was going to buy 3 CDs for you for Hannah, Sin, and Morgan. But
I know I was doing straight hustle stuff today, and then I forgot my side hustle.
Well, I guess I'll have to buy a Savannah Pope T-shirt. I saw those too. But Hannah, you would really like this album, and I'll tell you why, because it's harder rocking than I thought it would be. The first song is... What's the first song?
The first song on there, I believe, is...
Let's see. There's 7 songs.
Is it Just My Luck?
It's Just My Luck, yes. Yeah. And there's 7 songs, and it's not like Tool where it's 7 songs, it's 80 minutes. It's 7 songs, and it's
Some of them are fairly long.
Yeah, well, it's like, what is it, 40 minutes, 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes,
Yeah, that's an album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like Tool, it took us 13 years to make an album, 7 songs. Great. Oh, it's 80 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ.
If it were Pink Floyd, it would be 5 hours.
I like Tool, but I'm listening to that first song. I'm like, Jesus Christ, get to the point. But Just My
Luck is basically
Just My Luck gets right to the point.
Yeah.
And it was co-written by, and we have to get them on the show.
Oh, yeah.
One of the guys from GayC DC. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with GayC DC?
I've heard of them, but never.
Oh, you got to see them.
No, I remember hearing the name before and being, that is fucking genius.
It's even more genius than you think, because and I saw Savannah open for them at the Viper Room, and I wish I saw more of them, but I was with this fucking date.
Yeah, you missed the blow up the dick float.
Yeah, I missed the blow up dick, the whole thing. But they take AC/DC songs like Problem Child and rework the lyrics. And the lyrics are, let's be honest, they're sexy, sex-crazed lyrics in a heterosexual way when AC/DC does them.
Yeah.
When GayC/DC does them, they're sex-crazed, homosexual lyrics like Daddy's Child.
Oh, or Let There Be Rock is Let There Be Cock.
Yes.
See, I'm always saying that it's a long way to the top if you're sucking cock and balls.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
I think they might have stolen your lyrics. But anyway, so you wrote that with the guitar player from GayC/DC?
I wrote... not necessarily. He just kind of helped rearrange it. But he definitely helped it to be like a better, more pop-worthy song. I don't really write with pop in mind. And he's got more of that mentality. He's got more of a earbug mentality.
I was going to say it's more classic rock than I thought it would be. Mm-hmm. And I mean that in a good way.
Thanks.
I was saying it's a good driving album in the sense that when I go on road trips, you know what I like to listen to? ZZ Top.
Let's say good old classic
ZZ Top. You put on some ZZ Top, you're like, it just the rhythm goes with the road.
It's definitely got like a classic rock kind of feel to it. There's even like elements of metal in it, and then every now and then it just fucks you up, and then it's just me and a bass and a cello. So I don't know, The great thing about going solo is I can do whatever I want. Right. So I just sort of celebrated that with this album.
Well, that's that. I mean, it's the first. It's the first couple songs are like I say, it's like an R&B singer fronting a hard rock band. It's like, it's like Patti LaBelle singing Led Zeppelin or something. And then seriously, you've heard her songs. Am I that off base?
No, you're not. You're
Yeah.
fantastic. I mean, I heard her live.
Right. And then you got Superstar, which is a very it's a Queenish sort of glam, like big song. And then Ms. Moreau, it was just my favorite, which is probably not a surprise to you because
I would have thought you'd love Daddy Issues.
I like Daddy Issues too. So trust me, I like Daddy Issues for a whole different way. But no, I've always liked Daddy Issues. I think I heard Daddy Issues before even you were solo. I think I heard with Space Cream.